For KDSJ Local Sports, Clayson Davis here reporting from the Donald D. Young Center here in Spearfish. And while we're in the middle of Black Hills State University basketball, one sport we do need to check up on, and that is Black Hills State University Rodeo. And the head man of Black Hills State University Rodeo, Coach Glen Lammers, joins us here with KDSJ Local Sports. Coach Lammers, again, thank you for taking time out of your day to sit down and talk with us.
Yeah, definitely. Thanks for stopping by.
So you guys just finished up the fall season a few weeks ago. What is your perspective on how your team did during this fall season?
Well, I thought we had a good fall season overall, met a lot of our goals team-wise. I thought our freshmen were, really stepped up. I was impressed with how our new students really, I think the onboarding happened quickly, I guess, largely due to the fact that our leadership with our upper classmen really they stepped in to help and stuff too, and I thought it was good overall though on both of our teams.
As you're really impressed with your freshmen that came in this season and competed, who were some of the freshmen that made an impact on you during the fall season?
I mean, to pick out a lot of names, I think it just kind of, from rodeo to rodeo, we just seen some good things happening. I know, I guess in the most recent, as I think back, Kenzie Homelvig was one from Bowman, North Dakota that she really, I think, started to get her confidence and start to step up along with Lindley Smith. And I think we've seen a lot of good things from Sierra Steele, who's not technically a freshman. She's a new student here, but as a transfer. But she made good strides in the barrel racing as well. So I think we had several student athletes in our freshman class that really did impress me, anyways.
A lot of those freshmen you named are from the women's team for Black Hills State University, currently pretty much running away with the women's team title right now. What have you seen from your women's team that really has been the key to them being so dominant this fall season?
Well, I think the depth is really important. The fact that, when we're practicing, just the daily grind, everybody has to step up. And I think that competition within, sometimes it's intense, but I think that's what raises the level for sure. I would attribute definitely the depth of our team is really what keeps raising the competition level and makes us better. I mean, good competition makes you better.
Also, another standout from your women's team who's also leading the Great Plains region in the women's all-around, that's Cashay McGee, has been a standout for pretty much your entire tenure here at Black Hills State whenever she's been in the program. Leads the goat tying and I believe the barrel racing the last time I checked in the standings. So what have you seen from her this season that you've been really impressed with?
Nobody's going to outwork her, that's for sure. And I think that's what, I'd attribute a lot of her success to. But she just breaks everything down and is really technical with both of her events and I think just when you have enough desire like that, you win. And so she's definitely been very successful, especially I believe she's leading the goat tying, and maybe she's in the top there in the barrel racing somewhere for sure, but like I say, leading the all around. Just solid as a rock, consistency. I think was in the short round probably in every college rodeo, all 6 of them, and that's pretty impressive.
Flipping over to the men's side, you guys have had a lot of big shoes to fill with the past men's class graduating from the program. Of course, Luke Mavity returning this year has definitely helped you out from an experience standpoint on the men's side. Who else have you seen on the men's side that has really made an impact?
Well, yeah, I think you're right. Luke Mavity and Jess Harper were both CNFR qualifiers last year, so they kind of know what it takes and have done well and are setting good in the standings. You're right. We got some big shoes to fill because we've over the last several years have been really strong with our men's team and just had a huge graduating class there. this last spring. So yeah, we're getting some good recruits coming that are coming and looking at us right now. So hopefully we can start to fill those shoes in the spring.
Talk a bit about the Great Plains region in general, just from all the teams competing, and what's been the layout been from some of the top teams in the Great Plains region this season?
Well, the competition is good, and again, as I said earlier, with our team, within our team, we have good depth, especially on the women's side, obviously, and that's what makes you better. And the region's no different. We've really had a growth spurt this last year. I think. Overall, probably instead of being maybe around 200 student athletes, we're close to maybe 280 or something like that. So, 100 plus barrel racers, 90 some breakaway ropers, a lot of good competitors is good competition. And so, yeah, the region overall is as strong as I've seen it for a while.
Absolutely, and especially from the likes of Mid-Plains Community College being up there as well, as long as Dickinson State on the women's side, South Dakota State on the men's side. A lot of good rodeo programs in the Great Plains region. So as you shut the door on the fall season and you guys starting to transition into winter, what are some of the winter plans for Black Hills State University Rodeo?
Right now, we'll kind of taper off after Thanksgiving break and get ready for academic finals. And then when they come back in the after break, usually they're hungry and ready to get back to the practice pen. We're blessed to have the facility that the Lantis family allows us to utilize there and for our team, and that's huge, because there's a lot of times in the winter and spring we wouldn't ever get to practice if we didn't have an indoor facility up in this neck of the woods. So it's great. The other thing I look at is, I like to meet with our student athletes individually, and I think it's a great time, especially for our freshmen, where they have been, they've kind of been out there mixing it up and get the feel of, kind of where they fit in the region, as far as level-wise and stuff too. But, everybody's goal should be to make the college national finals. But once you get done with that fall season, like I said, with your first season rather, you have a better idea of, okay, what's it going to take, to step up to have a chance or an opportunity to make the college national finals. Like I said, with the off season, it's better. It's a good time to work on techniques. It's also a good time to work on our own conditioning as well.
And we look forward to keeping track of you guys throughout the winter and looking forward to follow you guys in the spring.
Thank you, Clayson. I appreciate it.
That will do it for KDSJ Local Sports. Clayson Davis here reporting from Spearfish, sitting with Black Hills State University head rodeo coach at Glen Lammers. From the Donald D. Young Center in Spearfish, I'm Clayson Davis reporting.